Next comedians coming up on stage. Y'all, yeah. Girls, girl power. Yeah. She's been doing numerous shows with me in K-Town, and she's here now in Little Tokyo to bring back the funny. Please, ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause for the lovely Alaina Wang.
Did you turn it off this time? No. Okay.
Oh, my bad.
Oh. So first of all, Happy Chinese New Year, everyone.
Yeah.
It's not like I said a good joke. I'm seriously, Happy Chinese New Year, everyone. It's the year of the snake. I recently found out that snakes, which I mean, you think it's a de-evolution from last year, which is a dragon, but actually I found out recently snakes have 9 senses. They actually have they can see 2 ways, and they hear 2 ways, and they like taste 2 ways, but they can also sense infrared ways. So what happens is like there's some snakes that are like actually evil. They extort this for evil as opposed to like, I don't know, good, and they're pit vipers. And what they do is, if you attack a pit viper, what it'll do is it'll attack you once, then it will sit back and wait for your adrenaline to kick in. And then what happens is when your adrenaline kicks in, all your areas that are more vulnerable start getting more flushed. So it'll actually sit back and wait until it can see where your most vulnerable areas are and then attack you all of those places. So, I think everyone should attack 2013 just like a fucking pit viper. Like, if life gives you something bad, just fucking eat it and then wait and see what's worse and then attack them. So, in 2012, or was it 2011? Oh no, this happens a lot at the library actually. One of the worst things that happened to me is I work at the library and I shelve books. And one day I was shelving books and I was going from left to right. And this guy comes into the same row I'm in and he's like looking at books, which is, you know, amazing actually at the library because most people are looking at porn or being homeless or shooting up. Like I actually found a heroin kit last week and I had to tell my coworker like, don't touch that, that's a heroin kit. And so I'm shelving, I'm not paying attention, but then like I look over and I'm like, what is he doing? Because he's like not reading anymore. And as I get closer, I'm standing right next to him and he looks at me in the eye and he's like fucking masturbating, right? And I was like, what the hell? But I just left, you know, and I went and told security, and then, you know, like 6 months later, like I you know, testified, and he's actually a registered sex offender now. Good job, me. Yeah. But I was thinking, like, if this happens again, I'm gonna be like the pit viper and just like go for his eyes and then go for his dick, and then which one is more important to you? I'm waiting. Eyes or dick? And then also, like, to pile more humiliation on this sex offender because it's not like his life is ruined already. When he was masturbating, he was like just like this. Well, I mean, he's looking at me, so and I was like, I don't know how jaded you have to be with pleasuring yourself to like seriously be like this when you're masturbating. Because like if I'm gonna like masturbate, I mean, first of all, I'm not gonna do it in the library because there's fleas. But so, I'm not just gonna sit there and just like. I'm going to like, you know, I'm gonna get like buy like the best lube, you know, like there's like lube that's like silicone based. It's like called like Vivid Girls, like what porn stars use. It smells like raspberry. Buy that, and we get like, you know, like the $200 sex toys with like the little tongue that works, and like, like a dildo. Like I'm gonna get like all the best shit. Then I'm gonna like smoke weed, get high, masturbate. It's like 3 a.m. No one's up. I'm gonna Skype my friend in Britain, and be like, I'm masturbating. That's how I would do it. I'm not gonna go to the library and just be like I'm supposed to take the joy out of things. Just saying. So I also like try to be an actor, and so which means I get sent out a lot of commercial auditions. And I recently went out to this commercial audition, and they were like, okay, so this is the premise. Like, there's the world, and they've drilled a hole from Peru to like Taiwan, or you know, anywhere like that's a straight line from I don't know why, from like a Hispanic country to an Asian country. It's like, okay, sounds true. And then they said that there's this is what the Spanish guy does. He walks over and he's carrying this big ass cable, starts like lowering it into this hole that spans, I guess it's like spans the earth. And then on the other side, there's going to be a Chinese couple, which is what I'm auditioning for, me and some other guy, and we're like chilling out, and we're waiting for like the cable to come up through the earth, and so we can like plug it into our speakers and like listen to the music. And I was like, okay, so they're like, there's no lines, you just kind of ad-lib, you're with this guy, what are you gonna do? So we're sitting there, and then he's like, oh, girl, I guess. I think he's gonna come over in a minute now. Are you sure? I mean, it is like going through the earth, it might take a while. This is true, but I mean, it's going through the earth, it's not like going around the earth. Yeah, but there's like things in the middle of the earth. There's like, I don't know, like lava, devil. And finally, like, we like do this and then it comes out and he's like, I think I see. I was like, yeah, I see. It's like this giant worm just coming out of this hole. And the casting director did not like this. He was like, it's a commercial, so everything should be positive. Nothing is too far, nothing's too long, you know. And I was like, okay. And he's like, well, you see what it's really a metaphor for the internet. And I was like, and I realized, like, I started watching commercials. A lot of commercials are doing it these days. Like, they think that something being a metaphor is better than actually, like, selling your product. Like, I saw this commercial where, like, it's for this thing called, like, the genie, and it's like, if cable is, like, not working for you, you can't TiVo too many shows. Like, get this genie, get 30 more space, and the whole commercial, they're like, oh, this is so great. It's like this. And on one of them, it's like the guy is like hand wrestling in an Irish, or like, it starts off as this Irish part because everyone has an Irish accent, but then he like wins and all these like Irish people are like, yeah, and then this Scottish guy comes up with a pair of bagpipes, and I was like, do you know these are two different countries? Like, these are not the same Like, the Scottish accent is way different from the Irish accent. Mostly the Scottish accent sounds like people come up to you in the bar, they're like, what? I'm just, what? I need to speak in English, but and then, and I was like, what is this a metaphor for? Like, is this a metaphor for like, are you saying that this new internet thing is like so great that it's rarely gonna happen? Like, no one is ever going to go into a bar and like hand wrestle like 3 Irishmen. Like, how many of you have done this? Is this like a thing that is actually happening? You have done it. Tell me so. Oh, listen, did you win?
Fuck yeah.
And the people came out,
Yeah, man, I'm fucking Irish.
What are they like? An Irish man winning against 3 Irishmen. This is also something you didn't know. And then I was like, and everyone around you is like, and everyone in this commercial is like, what? And I'm like, are you saying that your product is like something that rarely happens, and when it does, it's like in the dominant hegemony of like, you know, the white majority? And I'm like, wait, this is cable. That totally is what it is. So Google Fiber to change that. Wait, was that green or red?
Green.
Oh, okay. Then I had this other commercial, and being Asian, the commercials you all go out for, like the roles you all go out for, are like, I can never just be like a person. I'm like a Japanese model, and I hold roses and say things like, it's a bathroom for your eyes. Like shit like that. What the fuck, man? So there's one I went to, and it was for, I believe it was McDonald's. I mean, watch me, McDonald's gonna like fucking sue me for telling this. It was this new like sea fish nuggets that they're coming out. Like, probably are not real fish, because you know, with the British and like foods these days, like, I don't know if you're following the news, like a lot of British meat that they said was beef is actually horse.
Oh,
And Burger King has actually also admitted to this. So like, this is probably not real fish, but anyway, they want all these ethnicities, and the Asian girl, like, she picks up like the sea fish thing and she like eats it. And the taste of this is so wonderful, it transports her, not just to China, to fucking classical China, where she does this thing called the fucking fish dance. This thing is not a real thing, because I interviewed all of my friends that are like born in China, and they're like, what the hell is that? This is not a real thing. And so like, and then they had this one video that we were supposed to follow, and it was like this woman like, do like a fish. That's what you're supposed to do. And I was like, this is where we're going to with metaphors. Now we're using drugs to sell food, because this would totally happen if you're eating acid. This is no longer teleported, it's like a time machine. And the second part of this is called like the fish fry. And actually, does anyone want to help me with this? It's like way funnier. I can do it by myself, but it's way funnier if like more people are on it. Does anyone? Okay. Well, I'll show you. It's not embarrassing, because I'm going to be doing exactly what you do. So they had us listen to Everybody Dance Now, which is like, it's not a good song, right? Not if you're like, well, why are you so fucking selling food with Everybody Dance Now? Let me see if I can find it. Alright, So they would have 4 people lay on the ground, like this. Okay? So it was like me, another guy, a girl, another guy. And then the music would start. Everyone knows how every dance style goes. It's like bum, 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 bum. So like, they would be like, okay, you're 1, you're 2, you're 3, and 4. And when it's like your turn to bomb, you would seriously go like this, like. See, now you can see why this would be funny if 3 other people would do this with me. Because there's the next part after the intro, it's like bum, 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 right? And at that part, they're like, just go crazy. Like you want your bodies to look like the sound system on like those, not like the radio, but you know when you like DJ, the equalizer, yeah. And so like seriously, this is what this audition would go like. If there's more, I'll just do everyone, you know. I'll just fucking need more people. Diversity McDonald's, guys!
I'm glad you did not go like, then we would have a serious issue with McDonald's. You know it's a jacked up commercial? Who goes to Lee's Sandwiches? Who goes to Lee's Sandwiches?
Yeah.
Lee's Sandwiches?
Yeah.
This is Lee's Sandwiches close to where I live in Westminster. They have like commercials of their like products that they sell. And there was a commercial about their tea, which by the way, that's like crack times 10, because that thing will keep you up. Vietnamese people are smart. But yeah, there's a commercial where there's like the last bottle, and there's like a female, or this lady's coming by, and this guy, a businessman, comes by, and they're both like, that awkward moment, like, oh. They smile at each other, and it's just like focusing on each other's faces, and it's like, oh, is he gonna say, oh, he's gonna be the gentleman? It's like, ah, Vietnamese, 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 Vietnamese. I don't know Vietnamese. Well, the only Vietnamese I know is like, would you like to take this right here? So it's like, oh, so kind, thank you. But what happened is that the guy's like, takes the bottle and walks away. And then she's like, and then ding, ding, ding. These teas. I was like, dang, that's jacked up. Is that how you Vietnamese, any Vietnamese in the house? Jenny? Oh, and I looked that way, and I was like, I forgot Jenny's here, my bad. Oh, now that I'm like introducing people, Tomoneko's here. Say hi, yeah. Tomoneko. It's a cat. It's another pussy. I'm kidding. They like,
Raining outside?
I know. How is it? What else? Look what you made me do, Deb. Thank you. I love you too, babe. Let's keep on rolling.